Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast, coming to you from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just a couple of guys drinking some beers, having some chow, and talking all things sports.
All right, boys, episode 80. 80. Yeah, that's right, Fitz. How about that? So Fitz is, you can't even hear Fitz right now because we have noise canceling Zoom. So anyway, episode 80, I think it was around 2 years ago right now when we first started doing this.
Yeah, probably.
It was. No, it was 2 years ago.
I think so, yeah.
So get them up, boys. Episode 80, I'm proud of all of us. I think we're well into a habit now because they say if you do something 27 times, it becomes a habit. So we're well into being a habit right now.
Thank you to our millions of viewers. Much appreciated. I need Fitz to zip it. Stop it.
Thing is, Fitz does not come across on the Zoom.
Quiet.
Can't hear him.
I don't want to listen.
I know. I don't even. Noise canceling. I think it's the recording. 'Cause when it says now recording, Fitz is like, I got to sing now.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got, Douglas?
We're going to start with the worst to first. Your Boston Red Sox have the best record in the Grapefruit League in spring training. Maybe like them apples, huh?
The only highlight I'd tell you for that, because I could care less about that, but it was the fact that James went to the Red Sox Yankee game the other day on his trip.
Oh,
He
nice.
said it was great.
Nice.
They had a beautiful day they had, and it was Bueller was on the bump against
That's right.
Freed. A bunch of the good players played.
I think it ended up tied. The game ended up tied.
No.
I saw the end of it. But no, the Red Sox are intriguing. It's like now it's kind of interesting because these kids are playing well, and who's going to make the roster? Who's not going to make the roster? Because you can't bring them all. But the other thing that's kind of bothering me a little bit, it's like Crochet's gone out there and done nothing but just destroy people. Like he's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't we have a long-term deal with that guy, like, right now? Like, what are we doing? It's, typical Red Sox being cheap, but let's go. You're going to have to dump a couple $100 million, probably, right? The guy's young. He's in his mid-20s.
Oh, he's getting a big payday, that's for sure. No doubt about it. I think it's just interesting. What's fascinating to me now is that Bregman played third today.
He's always third down.
But it's like, if you went, like, the only reason I can see this happening right now is because Masa's still hurt.
He's DHing, though.
I don't think so.
Hey, he hit a home run the other day.
He did?
I think he hit a home run against the Yankees, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then I have no idea what's going on. I thought they were saying he was hurt. I don't, so what are we doing?
So Devers is DH.
Where's Masa going to play?
I don't know. They got a problem.
It's ridiculous. You're going to
They
instead
put him in left.
have over who? Duran?
No, Duran plays right.
And you're not going to play Abreu?
Brady, well, they're both lefties. I don't know.
Instead, you're going to put Hamilton in the lineup playing second base?
I don't know. No, Anthony, right? I mean Campbell.
Well, if he makes it, but he's still young. I mean, but it doesn't matter. You can't have $10 million sitting on the bench. It's absurd.
I agree. It is.
It's for the amount of errors and with the difference. I just am floored by it.
Well, the difference
I don't
is
get it. If you're hurt, I get they're just saying. I'm going to look it up now. But
Devers is still coming back. He has not played one inning in the field, and Bregman has not played one inning at second base.
right.
So it looks like Bregman's your starting third baseman. I don't know who the hell's the starting second baseman. No idea.
No, he's out. Yoshina's out.
He hit a home run the other day.
I don't think so. Said he's out right here. Good looking up, Doug.
Dougie.
Yeah, Yoshida hit a bomb against the Yankees.
That's right.
They must have just come in because this said he was out as of.
He DH'd.
He DH hit a home run.
Well, March 19th. That game was, today's the 20th.
So it was probably the next day.
I don't have no idea how that's possible.
Yep.
Anyway,
3 at best. So, Rick, let me ask you this because I've heard this be floated out. Would you trade Yoshida?
In a heartbeat.
yeah, you'd have to now. That's their plan, but they're gonna have to eat half his contract.
He's only making like $10 million a year, isn't he?
Well,
Yeah. That's
but yeah,
And then I didn't know that I didn't know that Verdugo was just hanging out there unsigned. The Braves finally signed him like yesterday.
for what, you know? Because he had zero people after him, which I find funny. Because he was a starting right fielder in New York last year, wasn't he? A left fielder
For peanuts. 1 year, 1.5 million.
1.5.
Yeah.
What an insult! Wow.
either way, I guess that must have been his first game back, Yoshida, because he hadn't been playing, so it made sense if Devers. Because Devers hasn't been playing the field, that they were going to do that. But now, if he's back, I don't. I just don't. I have no idea what they're doing. No
Right.
idea.
They have a lot of depth at DH.
Well, sort of. But I mean, either way, that's crazy. That's just crazy.
Well, they have two lefty DHs.
And also, like we talked about before, that you're going to pay Devers all this. How old he is?
I know.
With the amount of errors he had last year, big deal. He's going to play just DH.
Well, he was hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're taking their time.
Well, now, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which if that's the reason, fine.
Yeah.
But
I think he's going to end
still
up at
can't
third.
believe he's not going to end up at third.
I think he'll end up at third. And they probably also want to see how Casas comes out of the gate. If he comes out of the gate and he can't hit, maybe they put Devers at first. You know, just to get his bat in the lineup that way.
Yeah, but that's a big adjustment. He hasn't done any at first.
I can play first right now.
Oh, first is not that easy.
Come on.
Play right
a lot
now.
easier
Let's
to play
go.
second than first. A lot easier to play second than first.
I'm a natural
First is
first
a
base.
huge footwork
Are you
thing.
kidding me?
Sign up for it.
Kid, I got beat
I
like
mean, we know you are a ballerina. We've seen you. We've seen you on the dance floor with LPP.
That's right.
So Dougie's seen some video.
I think the only real question would just be what's the long-term plan?
You don't have a long-term plan. You only have a plan for as long as Bregman's there.
But that's what I'm saying. So like Bregman's, he signed up for 3 years. So at the end, if he stays all three at the end of the 3 years, Rafi's not just going to go back to third and play third. At that point, he would pretty much, yeah, he does. But at that point, he'd pretty much, I mean, the way it's going, be your DH then. So then you'd be looking for another third baseman, or he signs an extension.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's only, 28, Devers?
Yeah,
28, 29? Yeah, so I mean,
He'll be back at third unless they trade.
I agree. I think he'll be back at third. I think Bregman, even though he hasn't taken any second base, will probably end up there. Who knows? But they'll figure it out. But I'm more concerned about, why haven't you signed Crochet and Chapman's your closer? Although I saw him pitch yesterday, dude is nasty. He was nasty yesterday.
Yeah, he's like Wild Thing Vaughn. He just has no idea where the hell it's going.
Well, I saw him pitch. He faced three guys, and those three guys had no chance. He was throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, coming back with a 91 mile an hour split cutter.
Yeah.
And then he threw a 77-mile-an-hour curveball. The guy was just like,
and he's no spring chicken either. Isn't he? He's like 34, 35?
He's older, but I mean, his stuff was awesome. I was
You
like,
gotta do
wow.
what? You gotta pitch fucking 15 pitches every outing. See ya. I'll do that for the amount of money they're paying him.
Well, they got that guy. Was it Hendricks? He's supposed to be pretty good too, but he was hurt last year. He had Tommy John, right?
Yeah, I got to be honest. They don't even play them anymore hardly, so I have no idea what's going on. So it's going to be interesting to come back.
Rick's at a loss right now.
Plenty of concern because it's not like the old days. It's just different.
So are the Yankees.
Spring training is all fluff. The young kids play more than the old guys.
Well, no, it seems
And
like
then they
do.
just go, and then it's get the guys pitching. It's just, see what the durability is of the staff. But like Campbell right now, he's hitting 158.
I know.
I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous. He's going to be good.
How about Meyer? Meyer's doing well.
He's a Vandy kid. But the kid who's crazy, that kid Thompson?
Yeah.
He's Clay Thompson's cousin or something.
Really?
Clay Thompson.
Yeah.
He's got 6 jacks.
Yeah, he's hitting good. I know, I saw that.
They were talking about because it was a Yankee broadcast feed. They were saying if he doesn't put on,
I know, that's the other thing.
a lot of teams are interested in him.
In essence, instead of paying like guys to do the game, they just pipe in the visiting team's broadcast. You notice that?
Well, I think they.
Or is it because they're on the road?
No, it's the opposite.
Yeah. So
all the organizations.
Oh, they do that like that. I just thought it was funny.
They used to not, but now they.
I was listening to the guy from the Yes Network. He's got his own show and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I listening to right now? This is weird. But anyway,
Von Grissom 176.
they're sending him back to Pawtucket. I heard.
Casa 188.
Yeah, he stinks.
Minus hitting 355.
Yeah, he's good. Dude's good.
The question with him is Roman Anthony's 233. The question is that's a thing. You could also put.
Story at second?
You could, yeah.
You could. Oh, they will, but you could.
You could. He'll be hurt in a week anyway. So. All right, let's move off from the Sox. We're in the dog days of spring.
I know.
The Boston Celtics, breaking news today, sold to a new owner for $6.1 billion, the highest sale
in North America.
In North America for a sports team in history. I haven't done too much research on him, but I've heard that he's a private equity billionaire, whatever that means. And this is, as Coach stated, before we kind of came on the air, never heard of this guy before. So where the hell did he come from?
Yeah, it just shows you the crack reporters we have around here and the talk shows and stuff. This guy's name never came up. So that means that nobody has to know. Nobody knows anything. They're just a bunch of frauds talking about Pags, talking about John Henry, and Bezos. But all of a sudden, this guy comes in with $6.1 billion. I mean, come on. But I mean, a guy with that kind of money.
But he's got a ton of pockets.
He's what?
Oh, he does?
Yeah, that's the whole issue with the equity. That's like Pag's deal. He's not buying this on solo. It's not even close.
I don't know.
Not even close.
No.
Yeah, he's going to be a majority owner, but there's plenty of characters involved in the purchase.
I heard he's worth over $7 billion. The guy.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm just telling you the situation. He was a local kid.
He has to build a
He
stadium.
went to Down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He has to build a stadium.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens. Where?
I don't know, but he has to.
I don't know. That can't happen. Nowhere to put it. Right on worth it. I don't know what they're going to do, but I would guess you do. I don't know. I really don't. It's a non-story for me.
You don't like it?
I just think the only factor that's interesting to me is the fact that if Pag kind of got screwed because Wick just wanted to be known as the governor, CFO, whatever you call it. I think that's bullshit. But yeah, they're all cutthroat, so who knows? But outside of that, we'll see what really comes out of that.
Well, the other thing
that'd
too,
be really that would really be not a good thing. I mean,
no, but an interesting thing I think is their roster is in place and they're way over whatever the threshold is.
luxury contract.
Yeah, way over. So if they don't win a championship this year, and I'm that guy that bought that team, I'm cutting payroll. So basically, it's championship or we're rearranging things around here. That's what I would think.
Well, but that was all part of Pag's statement today.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, his whole statement was, "We don't believe the luxury tax are non-factor to my groups. We're here to win championship."
Wow.
You didn't see the big release? Did you see that, Doug?
I'm reading the thing. This Chisholm guy, he's from Georgetown, Mass.
Yeah, he went to Dartmouth. I've already gave you this info. They had the.
Welcome to the show, Doug.
Well, I don't have all day to just listen to talk radio, so it's just,
All I have to do is listen to 10 minutes because it repeats and it repeats and it repeats and it repeats.
I
That's
gotcha.
the thing that's class about talk radio. You listen to 1.5 hour of talk radio,
I know.
it's all, anytime you click the car on, they're basically in the same half hour. It's hilarious. It's brutal. That's all I can Beatles show. They were talking hockey the other day again. I couldn't do it. I almost drove into a pole. I mean, it is unbelievable how bad they are. But anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. Look on the Celtics. What do we think? I love that kid Shia. Did you watch the other night?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that kid has a chance to be a player. He's big.
You're talking to the guy that called it.
I know.
That's all I do is call shit.
I know. You did. You liked him off the get-go. But I was like, yeah, I was impressed. I mean, granted, he just had one hot night, but I mean, I liked his physical stature. I liked him hitting the boards. I thought he played good D.
He's a big dude.
He's a way better than Hauser. Overall. Because Hauser can't defend and he can't rebound. But the kid has a chance to be a pretty good player.
No, I thought, honestly, he was the Hauser replacement when they drafted him. And then they ended up signing Hauser to like $13 million a year, which was a waste.
Yeah.
I thought.
But so that should be interesting with them. They got
So what do you think? So they have I believe like 13 games left regular season.
Yeah, there's one mantra. Keep healthy, especially Porzingis. Porzingis he played the other night against who was it, the Nets? Was it against the Nets? And he dominates. The guy dominates. He's the key. If he's healthy the whole way, I mean, last year they won it and he got hurt, remember? He wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't even play. I mean, but I think if other teams stay healthy, it's a little more difficult road.
Yeah, they need him, especially.
I don't see any factor in the East except for Cleveland.
Yeah. And
then it'll be interesting who comes out of the West. But like we've already talked about, that what I've seen, I haven't watched them a ton, but what I have seen, I'm going to be honest, I don't lie like the guys on talk radio. Like Maz has watched a ton of OKC.
Yeah.
He really watches the Red Sox. The bottom line is they definitely don't watch the Bruins. Is that what I've seen, very athletic, deep athletic, D-up, interesting matchups for them.
All good.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can cover the wing. Good, very good coach from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But who knows? Then there's always an upset, and who knows where. But I don't think it's if the Porzingis is healthy, they're there. But I'll tell you, Jaylen Brown's got his shit together. He's been a horror show. Horrible.
He was a horror show last year until the playoffs.
And then he had that good run after he hit that by mistake 3.
Oh my God! Yes. Changed
his entire career.
Did.
And they missed that 3. They could lose that series.
They definitely. Yeah.
It was an accidental kiss in the glass that changed everything. That's amazing. Yeah, it's true. It is what it is. All right, Doug, what do we got now?
So Patriots. So Cam Robinson, who Rick wanted the Patriots to go out and sign, signed with the Houston Texans instead. But then reports came out saying, not a good locker room guy, a lot of off the field, shit going on. So it's probably a culture thing that I guess Vrabel, didn't want to do. So
yeah, like I said, that's the one good thing is he signed for $12 million, which is nothing. 1 year, $12 million, 14 with incentives. And it comes out that he's, they didn't like the guy. So that tells me Vrabel's calling the shots down there, which is good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was the only guy left on the board that was a free agent that was worth looking at. I looked at it like, just get another body in camp,
and it clears you up for the draft.
But most guys guys were ripping the Patriots again today, saying they didn't make a splash when all week all I listened to him is call the guy a bum. For 2 weeks, call the guy a bum.
Well, not only that,
and he was still available as a left tackle. If you're a stud left tackle,
and you're still
you know
available.
how long you're available? Well, you're not even available.
Right.
Let's leave it at that. So I don't know enough. That's not my job. I would just say whatever they do in the draft of the guy, but I think they've done a nice job picking up the center.
They picked up the linebacker from Tennessee just this week.
Who'd they get? I didn't see that.
What's his name, Dougie?
Hold on.
They're saying he might challenge Bentley. He's a good run stopper. Middle linebacker. Well, in the middle.
But anyway, the point is how you find it. But that
Gibbons?
is that all I'm saying is that City so they probably are evaluating. He's as good as this guy. I don't
City So's a left guard.
No,
Oh, he
His
is?
name,
Yeah.
Linebacker Jack Gibbons to a 1-year deal. Gibbons had 167 tackles over 3 seasons in Tennessee, reuniting with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
I like that. Look, how old is he done?
27, I think. 26, 27.
Height and weight.
26, 27 years old. He's young.
I don't see him in a recent transaction.
Let's see. He is 26.
Yeah.
He is 6'3". No weight on him. 6'3", 242.
So they're getting fast.
He went to interesting college. Wouldn't have pegged him for that. He was a fucking golden gopher.
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
He played for the. I like that coach. Row the boat. I like it. Where they at? But they were giving him some talking about he's not great in pass blocking. I looked at, but signing Bradbury's huge sign.
I like that too. Yeah, that's another good one.
Huge sign. They have no real estate. Guy's a veteran center, always plays.
That frees up Strange too to play guard.
Then Strange goes to guard.
Yeah.
You look at it. It gives you now. It changes. It gives you endless possibilities. What you do with that 4th pick, because I don't know. If they've evaluated that they think the kid's good enough to be the starting left tackle.
So all right. So I watched him in the combine. All right. Listen to me, Rick, because I have the touch when it comes to this stuff. I mean, I don't know what this arm length thing. Don't give me the face. Doug.
Jesus. Give him the keys to Foxborough already. Here we go.
No, just don't give me the face, all right? Because I have. You have to admit, I have a gift. I was on Low Ryan. I was on Jacoby Myers back when he was an undrafted free agent.
All right.
I know my talent, Dougie. I got the right profession.
Sure. Absolutely.
So anyway, I watched the kid in the combine. First of all, he's very athletic. This kid's athletic.
He's just an athlete.
He's very athletic.
He's just an athlete.
He's quick. He's a sub-5 40 guy.
Yeah, he is fast.
And with now they kind of have depth on the line, with the exception. I mean, even Vidarian Love, he played for you last year. You know what I mean?
The scheme's going to be way better.
He's an NFL left tackle.
It's going to be way better scheme to save him. He knows McDaniels knows how to use those tight ends the right way. He'll chip. He does all that stuff. And the 2 kids they drafted last year are good. They're big.
The Robinson kid played guard a lot of the time.
They those guys. You can't just give up on guys after.
And I don't like the fact they want to make Caden Wallace a left tackle. That doesn't work for me. So why not? Yeah, draft the kid. You know what I mean? If you could switch out and grab another pick somewhere from that 4th pick. But if Hunter is there at 4, you got to take him. Now, here's the thing. It would be a complete home run. I'm not a DeAndre Hopkins guy, but Stephon Diggs, they pick up Stephon Diggs and you grab Hunter at 4. Now all of a sudden your receiving room is completely changed.
Yeah, but Stephon Diggs is an issue.
Yeah, but not if you have all these other good dudes in there. Vrabel has changed the culture already. Already he's changed it.
Oh, I agree. No, Either way, I was Kevin Schiff was texting me yesterday about it, about Diggs being going for a visit. Like I said, who cares? Kind of.
They gave him a physical today. Well, they're gonna have to give him money.
I know, but he's not going to get. He's not going to say, Lisa, you don't. He's not getting a huge guaranteed contract.
He'll get guarantee. He'll get a pretty good guarantee. He'll get a couple of years.
No,
You don't think so?
no,
Coming off the ACL.
no. But he'll have like a guaranteed signing bonus with that. It'll be partial, in a typical NFL contract, and all those guys you can just cut them after that. If it's not in the right situation.
But if you get him and Hunter's there at 4, if you get him and Hunter's there at 4, home run.
Oh, 1,000%.
If you get him and Hunter's not there at 4, take the tackle.
Trade them.
Yeah. Well, you can trade down and take the tackle.
Trade down. You might get one of the other tackles later, who I like, but you're still sitting there with possibilities of, other options for what you might need. I'd still be going hard after Tyler Warren. But
I mean, who? Yeah, I agree with that too.
If you don't get Hunter or you don't get Carter.
But I mean, besides the number one, they need a number one receiver, which they don't have, and they need a legit left tackle. Other than that, they've filled in pretty much every hole, I think.
No, I think they've done a great job. I mean, like you said, I don't like. It's getting so blown out of proportion by the guys in the radio, like Metcalf. Metcalf's good. What has he won? 0. He's like, he's not.
Won. Was he on that team where Carroll choked it? I don't know. Was he there?
Back? They're talking about trading back to get what? What's his name from San Francisco that they almost had? He just freaking blew his leg out.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, come on, really? What guys you just go, you gotta have that receiver.
Brown.
Yeah. If you're going to get, but I mean, but Dante, you've got Chase, Jamar Chase, but in general,
yeah.
I don't think, I just don't think they've missed on as much as they had the possibility to get than they're saying. The only possible guy that was in play, and even if they didn't like him, was really Metcalf. I don't see any other guy that everybody else who was good basically re-signed with their own team.
Yeah, I mean Godwin, but no,
he signed with his own team. He didn't want out of it.
Right.
I think it's more of the splash factor, the wow factor. Like you didn't get like a well-known like household name that you were able to sign on the offensive side of the ball.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, who did you miss?
No, I agree.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you could have traded maybe and been the guy that traded and got Christian Kirk.
No, I think the biggest one was probably Godwin, and it came out the fact that like you did offer him more money, and he just didn't want to come here because you weren't going to win, supposedly. But you'll never know. You could only go by what the talking heads talk about.
You didn't. The difference would be is you lost him to Buffalo.
Yeah.
You lost to Tampa is what I'm saying. It could be a family thing. His wife might have said, I am not moving to New England.
Right.
I like it. There's so many freaking factors that come into play with this. I don't believe the contract's true either, but because it would be shocking if anybody left $20 million guaranteed in the board. I mean, that's generational money.
Right.
But the bottom line is maybe, but it doesn't matter. The difference I'm saying is the guys they missed out, like Stanley, the guys they missed out on, who were the true studs in the class. The only one you can really, really say is probably Metcalf, who I have reservations about, and then Sweat. But I don't know if they went to Sweat because they went.
Where did he go?
He signed with Washington, I believe, right? But he was a D, but the difference was they went with the Landry route.
They also went with Milton.
Yeah, they went Milton inside, and they got Spillane on the outside, too, who's an inside-outside guy. So, but it wasn't like you went, oh my God, how did they got outbid by the Bills for him?
Right.
No, or Miami. No,
Right. Miami
No,
didn't do shit.
Sweat went to Arizona
Arizona. Right. There
for
you go.
76 million.
Well,
I'll tell you one thing. That Philadelphia team's going to be interesting a year from now. They're going to have to put up some real offensive numbers. They lost their entire defense almost.
I'll tell you what, Washington's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the Commanders play.
yeah. So I mean,
Um,
they're going to be good. I mean, and I've been putting it out there the whole time. They're all talking about freaking trading Milton, and what I've got in return, like,
are they
I've got,
still? I haven't heard that talk anymore.
I've got a whole dialogue going with all these guys on Twitter.
Jesus.
It's funny, but
Are they paying you? Are they paying you?
Huh?
Are they paying you?
But they're saying like they're saying that we're overvaluing Milton compared to the rest of the league. That he's worth a third round pick and this and the other. It's like, do you people have eyes? Do you understand what you're looking at? He looks like no other quarterback except maybe Josh Allen in the whole league. He throws it further than anybody. He's athletic. He's big. He's strong. Like, and you got a quarterback, Drake May, which I hope Drake May has an awesome career, but he's had 2 head injuries.
He reminds me of and it's funny because I can't stand the guy now, but he reminds me of a prime Cam Newton.
Who
Milton, yeah.
He's better. I think he's a better
Stop it.
thrower of the ball than Cam Newton.
No, I don't know. No.
I'm a big Milton guy. I'm sorry.
I mean, my whole thing is, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of them. But as far as I'm with you, tools are there. The fact of the matter is, if you got to lose, you're running the offense you should be running with Drake May. Do you want the guy to come off the bench and run that same offense to be Dobbs?
Right.
I mean, what are we talking about?
And I said,
never mind if you want to be creative, in which they didn't do last year.
Right.
And we talked about a ton. 0 RPO, et cetera, which bails out your tackles a ton. And you're going to sit there and not have had all year a freaking package for Joe Milton?
Right.
To just smash somebody in the outside linebackers, DNs, and then stand at him and point at him? I mean, it was criminal.
Right.
As a coach, what he did.
Third round. He was emergency quarterback.
I mean, you're talking about now you've got
10 times better than Brissett.
Let him do. Oh my God, he could play blindfold and be better than that slow shit.
Yeah.
You're talking about this guy can run. He's big, but it's the same offense. He can do every throw, every play, and you very rarely get that in a starting and a backup quarterback. And to your point, to ever, in the jury's still out on that.
Right.
So don't go sign a kid that looks like he's got a little of it, and give him another year of development. Get him under McDaniels another year. See what you got. You might find something. Then, who knows? Maybe now you're in a situation. Maybe he gets hurt. He puts on a show. Now maybe he's worth the first round.
Well, my question was, and I put it out there.
No, I'd get rid of May.
Well, yeah, but I put it out there. I'm like, who thinks that Drake May is going to play a whole season? 17 games.
No,
zero chance.
Yeah.
Zero chance. Every game is important in the NFL. So why wouldn't you want that guy that can come in and win a game as opposed to Dobbs? Dobbs? Like, come on. What are we doing? And the ironic thing is Dobbs probably made more money than the two of them combined. I mean, Milton's making 6th-round pick money. What the hell is that worth?
League minimum, or I don't even know what a league minimum rookie contract is.
Not much. So I mean, and that's the other thing. If you get rid of him, who are you bringing in? Whoever you're bringing in, you got to pay him. Stupid. You get this dude locked up.
Josh Dobbs signed for 2 years, $8 million.
Yeah.
3.8 guaranteed.
That's crazy.
So
that's no money. That's no money.
So now with more obviously free agent signings that kind of went on, there's a lot more uncertainty, I guess, and how people view that this draft is going to go. Now it pretty much seems that Tennessee is going to take Cam Ward.
Yeah.
That pretty much seems that. But once you get out of that, it's kind of a crapshoot. Like nobody knows if now I'm hearing reports that the Browns are going to take Shador at 2.
Which if that happens, I mean,
And then it really hinges on what the Giants do. Like the Giants, and then do you take Travis Hunter? Do you take Carter? Like,
right. Of course you do. If either one of those guys is available, you take.
yeah, and then what? Like, I don't. It's gonna be interesting. It'll be a fun draft night, which we'll do obviously at the compound there. I just don't know if I trust the organization to, I don't know, do the right thing.
I like. I wish they could have locked up a left tackle, but they didn't. That would have freed them up to do whatever they want to do. But I don't know. I mean,
I'm not as worried about the left tackle as everybody else because I don't think there was anything really there. Maybe he could have dealt the tonsil or whatever, but I think they get depth inside. The center to me was huge.
yeah,
The kid's a big kid.
he's played every game,
300-pounder,
88 games.
knows what he's doing. You also had a quarterback that couldn't move really. So
Basically a rookie. I mean, the guy never played.
I just think that was such a key signing because then Strange was a decent guy.
Right.
He's more experienced. He's older. He's bigger. Should be able to go in there. I mean, you can cover up for a tackle. Did he get a nice tackle? Maybe that steps up down the road. I don't think it's as bad as you know what I mean. It's like don't add by subtraction. Don't just go get a wealth of mediocrity. Which they're not doing, in my opinion.
No,
They've got quality ball players that are coming to camp as free agents. Quality, experienced, pro football players. Not the Okafors of the world.
and I guarantee you, who got signed? By the way, did you see that?
I did not know.
Chokes Okafor, you got signed. Who the hell signed that guy? But
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun couple of weeks. But again, talk radio, it's a joke. Like, oh, they're doing this, they're that. They're silent. They still keep making moves. They still keep improving that roster. They're still got a ton of money left. We still got a big draft left. That they're in an unbelievable spot.
They have 9 picks.
Unbelievable spot. And then they just got to be in a situation of prepared for 4 because if Hunter and Carter are gone, they're in a situation now. What do you do with that 4 pick? So they can be prepared if they want to trade out. I'd trade out in a heartbeat.
Well, that's what kind of like why I brought it up, where it's like it's because now they're saying Cam Ward 1, and then Shador is going to go at 2. Then the Giants have a huge decision to make. Like they can obviously only take 1, and then if Carter's there, do you take Carter and just add another piece to the defense?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a kid. Now you get another speed guy on that. Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff going on.
It's fun to watch the
And
defense.
that gives you long term,
Absolutely.
Because you can still kick Keon White inside a little bit too if you want to mess around.
Oh, the defense would be just awesome to watch.
Yeah, it'd be scary. You get a kid like him with that speed on the edge. I still like Le'Veon Chason. I think that's a good pick. You've got the only issue I have with them defensively is the safety position. But if Doug is back healthy, but outside of that, if you ever get Carter, I mean, good God. But they're good. They're going to go in as a good defense right now.
Yeah,
That's constituted.
definitely.
Like you said, I agree.
Yeah, my only concern is like you still going to be able to score points.
No doubt about it. That's why I'd focus offensive side of the ball in the draft. Bray Hunter falls there. You trade down a little bit, and maybe you get the kid, what's his McMillan from Arizona. Yeah. Go get him. Big.
So you're still convinced Hunter will play on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, he'll play wherever they tell him to play. You know, he wants some money.
I think you get him. I think it's more attractive. If I'm his agent, I'm like, dude, play offense and then do nickel package on D occasionally. It's less wear and tear. I mean, it's simple.
Another report I saw had the Pats taking Genty at 4.
No way.
No way.
That's stupid.
If they do, that would be crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? That'd be pure. That'd be pure. That'd be pure Vrabel, though, right? You got his big back.
Yeah.
You know, RPO quarterback, run block center. He was like in the top 10 run blocking centers in the league. Not great in pass protection. And smash the football. Interesting.
I still want Scatterbo though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind Genty though. I wouldn't mind Genty.
Oh, I wouldn't either. But I'm just saying. I
think it'd be way too high.
He could be. He's a Barkley changing running back.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is again trade down and see what out of the receiver. If Gentry's there, see if Banks is there. You know, there's going to be guys in.
Tight end.
If you can pick up another second round pick, tight ends.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's worth looking into.
It's gonna be fun, Doug. Way better than last year when it was like paint by the numbers. The draft it sucked. Zero intrigue.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to just kind of see kind of like which direction everybody goes, and then kind of just just placards just kind of fall where they may, and then you have decisions to make. I think worst case, Ward is gone, Carter's gone, Hunter's gone, and then what do you do? Like Ricky said.
Well, you're gonna have people that want to trade for Shador for sure. Because now you're talking the Giants didn't pick Shador. If that's the case, right? So now
Correct.
you can deal with them.
But not going to be a Jacksonville. Like Jacksonville's not going to take a quarterback. Vegas probably isn't going to take a quarterback.
I can't see
the Jets might.
I can't see the Giants not picking them at 3 unless they trade out with somebody like the Raiders.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're at 4 and Shador's still on the board, now you can call the Giants and say, hey, let's take your 3rd and your 1st for that 4th pick for your pick for Shador. Now you're talking a high round 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about. We're just going to speed this along.
But it's great. This year is fun. And
it'll be interesting. I think we got
it's not as top heavy as it was last year.
5 weeks or so.
Not as top heavy as it was last year, especially with the quarterbacks.
Yep.
Like last year, the first surprise pick was when Atlanta took Penix at the 8. That was the first surprise pick.
Yes.
You know, and then it was like panic, and Denver grabbed my boy Bo Nix.
My boy Bo Nix.
Anyway,
CBS Sports' latest mock draft has Membo, the old tackle from Missouri, going 3rd.
to who?
The Giants. I mean, it's crazy. They got the Patriots getting Hunter and Will Campbell going after that. And then Genty going after that.
So they have Ward, then
but that's
Ward, then Carter.
I can make that up, so it doesn't matter. They have Shador going to the Jets,
which the Jets don't have a quarterback.
Justin Fields, baby.
Oh, wait, did he? Yeah, he did, huh?
Yeah. But that wouldn't be a terrible pick for them because you got Fields, who's like a wild card. Give me whatever. But
it'd be like Michael Penix last year.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move this along on something you will not hear on Boston Talk Radio, even though it takes place a mile and a half from where they are. The Hockey East semifinals are tonight. UConn beat BU 5-2, and we currently have Northeastern.
Huge.
We currently have Northeastern playing the Maine Black Bears, and the Maine Black Bears lead 1-0, I believe. First intermission, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So yeah, UConn, big W. That's That's huge. I mean, BC nowhere to be found, going in number one team in the country. So let's see.
Yeah, who did
I mean,
Yeah, so that tournament's been crazy because
BC lost to
you're
Northeastern?
basically
Yeah.
looking at what's BU 3 in the country going in to the tournament.
yeah,
BC was 1.
right.
BC got bounced in the quarters. BU got out. The 2 best teams at 5 teams lost. That tells you how talented that conference is. And a shout out to my buddy Mikey Cavanaugh, head coach of UConn's, done a hell of a job down there. He went to Bowdoin College, played up there. He was a longtime assistant up there.
Oh,
Then he was went to Boston College, was a longtime assistant there, and then took the UConn job. And he's done a phenomenal job down there.
And he's a member at Hyannisport Golf Club.
He is. Coach ran into with me one night.
Right.
One day we were down there.
It's great.
With Stewie, but yeah, Doug, I couldn't agree more. Disgraceful talk radio. Pete and repeat, Dumb and Dumber. How do you not discuss the Hockey East Final Four at the Garden? All local, not even a question.
Embarrassing.
Hockey's the biggest sport in New England. I mean, it's not even close. There are a few less pro. How many pro athletes are in the NBA from New England? Not that they went to New England prep school, grew up in New England. Not too many.
Not too many.
Except for the kid from Duke who's lighting it up.
Yeah, well, he's not in the NBA yet.
But in the NBA, you're looking at how many NFL guys from New England, except for linemen?
Few.
Yeah, a couple of linemen.
Yeah.
But come on.
No.
I mean, it's a big part of the culture of New England.
Yeah.
These hockey, and there's definitely no power sports conference in New England except for hockey.
Right.
And it's a tragedy they don't give those kids a little more, but Bertrand just worried about, I only like UMass.
Which is funny because
Zolak, I like Maryland.
the Four Nations,
Felder, I like Wisconsin.
the Four Nations
Maserati, like
hockey tournament was, it got the whole country talking.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why not, bring a little bit of that flavor that people obviously like?
Just a piece of it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They never talk about any of the college teams. You can be a quick, even if it's one of the shows thinks out of the box, and you give what's going on in the local college baseball, girls lacrosse, women's lacrosse. Just a quick blur, at least once a week, a quick, literally 10-minute update.
Well,
It's just pathetic.
talk about market though. Like, how many Yahoo parents are out there? And I say that with all respect. But how many Yahoo parents out there around here are running around all these club teams, whether it be hockey or soccer or lacrosse or whatever, saying, my Johnny's going to be the next D1 player, blah, 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 blah. All you can do is take a little piece of that, put it on the radio and talk about that process. A little bit, just to the process. And just say, look, just to help your parents out, you got to be looking at this, you got to be looking at that in terms of level and stuff like that, just to get to where it becomes real. You know what I mean? Just say, look, if your kid's not playing at this level, at this age, then just, enjoy it. You know what I mean?
That's a whole different.
But just a small piece of that.
Why, instead I don't know, let's have to listen to Burt Brad come in and mumble around. Maybe
just a
bring
small-
someone in for a half hour, they can give you a real education.
Call it I don't even know what, the youth sports segment. Just talk about the process, because there's that's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah, I know, but I agree with you. There's a million. That's a great point. You could have segments of it, which
Absolutely.
would be good. But still, they can't even do the basics.
You can have a show on.
You can't even be talking about the, whatever, the Division III level, baseball. We have, right now currently only
But even that.
2 top 10 programs.
But even that, right?
Just so at least it's out there and it can lead to other conversations.
But explain. Go on there and explain. Say, look, the Endicott Gulls baseball team, number 1, number 2 in the country now.
Not now. They lost to Denison yesterday. It was number 7.
So whatever, they lose the top 10 in the country. Their lineup, whatever, 6-star, 6-star, 200, blah, 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 blah. That's what a Division III top level baseball team looks like.
Yeah.
look at the team your kid's playing on, and look at the parents and stuff like that. Do they fit that mold? Because if they don't, odds are you might want to change your thought process about where this is going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just something stupid like that.
No, I agree. You can have segments, but I at least I love the concept of that. But they should have segments or different shows. Like the guys who do a great job to promote it is
Yeah,
Battle and
yeah, and
Throne, and they do a great job.
Throne
They
Battle
gave
and,
a shout out when they were on Saturday about talking about the matchups
Yeah.
for the state because they're big basketball
well, they
football
can't play,
guys,
right?
Yeah, and they're big basketball football guys. So they were like, they talked about
They do.
shout out to the public the matchups going into the state tournament. They did a big thing for the Super Bowls.
Yeah,
I think they do a great. They're one of the few that actually talks about brought up about the great Pop Warner teams the inner city had that have gone and won national championship.
right.
But I mean, it's so simple. It doesn't have to be much. It's just do a little research. It'll be nice, even if you don't think it's going to get the ratings you want. It's going to break up the monotony of you say the same thing 70 times a day, 7 days a week. It's gross. Mix it up.
Agreed.
That's all we have to say about that.
Beautiful. Entertainment? Anybody got any entertainment?
We didn't even talk about the Boston Bruins.
No, there's nothing to talk about there. There's nothing to talk about there. They,
They're on tonight, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, they play
They
Vegas.
play
I
in
think?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're on the road.
Must be at Vegas.
Yeah,
Does
10,
it matter? Does it
10
matter?
o'clock puck
'Cause,
drop.
like, what? I mean, they're a lost cause. It's like it's a do-over time. They're playing for a draft pick. But entertainment-wise, though, the only thing I got was entertainment. It's not even really entertainment. It's just interesting news in coach's life. Saturday, my daughter Andy is going dress shopping, Doug, for the big wedding.
She going to Alexandria's?
No, she's somewhere in Connecticut. Her LPP and Kaylee are going down there Saturday morning, spend the day doing the shopping, sleeping over, doing like a whole thing. West Hartford. It's another $600 a day for coach. But anyway, so
More money. More money.
no, I'm talking about just the food and whatever else they're
yeah.
doing. I'm not talking about the dress.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's kind of cool that they're doing that. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be me and Ryder.
I like it.
I might. I don't know, Doug. You're on this weekend. I might sneak over to Southers, grab a bond.
You could probably golf outside this weekend. It's gonna be warm.
I know, but it's tough to get a tee time this time of year, and I don't want to pay full price for mud.
I don't think Southers is open yet. The barn is.
No,
I don't know if the course
I'm
is.
talking about the barn.
I don't know. I have to ask.
Well, no. If I book something, I'll text you.
Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah.
How about you, Doug? Anything good?
I went to the New England Golf Show last Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you said you were gonna do that.
How was that?
All right,
It was pretty good. It was like half like golf related, half like not golf related. So here's my thing. So it was in the, which I had never been in there before. It was at the Field House at Foxborough.
Oh,
So that was pretty cool. So you walk in, it's like mainly golf. You get kind of like halfway through, and it's like people selling like everything else, like anywhere.
Like hot pads, hand warmers.
No, just like home things. Like there was these like some guy was selling these like massage chairs. And other guys were selling like these grates that like go over your gutter, so like leaves don't go in them and like shit like that. I understand that, and I understand like what you're there trying to do. But if I'm clearly just walking down the middle of the thing, like have no interest in your kiosk, don't try to like flag me down and like get you into your kiosk. I clearly have no interest in that. If I step into your kiosk, fair game. But don't try to like flag me down thinking I'm just gonna spend thousands of dollars with you to put fucking guards over my gutters.
Oh, you didn't like the sales pitch.
But no, it was good. I bought my my father-in-law a driver, and I got some
Where?
golf
What'd you
ball.
get him?
Oh, he just wanted an old school. I got him a TaylorMade R15.
Nice.
They were like giving shit away there.
Really?
Oh, dude. Rock bottom prices. Selling like TaylorMade spider putters for like $50.
What?
Oh yeah, dude.
Geez, I should have done that.
Um,
I didn't even think
you
of
could have gotten
that.
the brand new TaylorMade driver, the QI35. Since you two are both lefties, they were selling them for like $260.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice thing. Yeah.
I should have. I'm going a whole new wedges this year.
Yep.
I'm going to add a gap wedge to the set. I don't have a gap wedge.
Okay.
I'm going to go gap wedge. Oh, it's a whole new year, Doug. I got it all ratcheted up. I'm all
Okay.
stretched out. I was hitting the ball. Played with Costello last week.
I'm
All
sorry.
my irons are like, they're all geared up one more yardage, so they're going like 10, 15 yards further.
Okay.
Oh,
Surprisingly good.
it's coming. I destroyed Costello. Destroyed her.
My entertainment was Friday. We ended up just the usual martinis. Coach ended up eating us. That was fine. And then Sunday.
Oh, no. You can't just breeze over that.
Well, it wasn't a big.
Woody was out of control.
Oh yeah, Woody was a little banged up tonight. And then we had Sunday. The weather was nice, as you know, and it was the event at East Bay, and the music and everything. I was hesitant, but a bunch of guys were going down, and Lisa wanted to get out and bounce around with it in the nice weather, and it was great. It was good. We
Did we do something Saturday? Oh, Saturday was my mother-in-law's.
You met me at Pete Papa's, yes.
Saturday was my mother-in-law's birthday.
Yeah, you met me at Pete Papa's. Yeah. But so it was but East Bay was cool. I mean, it was busy, but there was definitely enough like move around room. The band was good. We got there like in between. Good to see a lot of people. We had some Markman, Freddie, and got caught up
At East Bay?
Stevie Rich was down there. That whole crew. Sheriff Woody, Nemo, Luann. So it was fun. So we did that. It wasn't too long, and then we went and got a bite to eat over down in the wharf. And then Monday was the entertainer. Stevie Rich, Traffic Jam, Moriarty on the drums at Gillis's Family Tavern.
How was that? Was it crowded?
Shit show.
Was it?
Yeah, crowded. But he was funny. He was all over the place. Good crowd. We didn't stay long though. I think we got there about 6. Too busy to eat, so we ended up Lisa had to get back anyway, school night. So we ended up getting a little bit of takeout and got out of there probably about 8:15 or so. Wow. And but it was good. Stevie did a good job there. Looking forward to his next couple concerts. One's at Cancun, and the next is at the Hillary Pub, which will be awesome.
Ooh. All right. I like it, Dougie.
Beautiful. Top 3.
How about top 3 running backs ever?
All right.
Gentry.
My all-time favorite running back. Walter Payton.
Oh, I love him. Yeah. Total disservice that happened to him in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Outrageous. How dumb coaches can be.
Well, just oblivious.
I mean, cool. I mean, what are you doing? You mean the Patriots 4,000 nothing, and you don't decide you're about Walter Payton?
Instead, you give it
Who basically was like years of his career just got his ass kicked in a horrifying, terrible franchise.
What was his nickname, Dougie?
Peyton's.
Yeah, Walter Payton.
Wait, was that sweet? Was that sweetness?
It was.
The old soul, baby. The old soul, Dougie.
That's it.
I don't know.
We went to college.
That's it.
That would be the cool goose.
Do you know, Dougie?
No.
No, it's a tough one. Coach?
It's like something Prairie State.
Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State. Oh, so the place that
Dion just came from?
No. He went to Jackson State. Different.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, we got Rick.
Oh, jeez. Well, I gotta tell you, currently, I mean, I think that Barkley's an absolute freak.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley. I mean, I've seen him do some stuff I've never seen anything like it in a run back.
Jumping over a guy backwards.
Yeah, he's something else, especially in this age of football.
I thought he was all done with the Giants. I thought he was like, all right, typical.
It shows how bad their franchise is.
Yeah.
You know, hell of an offensive line, but what he can do, and he can, you know, he was unbelievable, just an unbelievable season.
Wait,
I agree. This gentleman I've been a fan of for some years. He right as I started getting into football at a young age, he was kind of blossoming, but it's hard not to mention Emmitt Smith's name with the Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys.
right.
Between him, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, that team was. And then to know that like the surface they were playing on was basically like a slab of concrete with like a little bit of AstroTurf over it.
Emmett was the dude. Where'd he go to college?
Was he a Florida guy?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, consummate pro on a very good team.
Always ran downhill. So my next guy is when I played football when I was in high school, I wore the rec specs. Remember the rec specs? The glasses?
Yeah.
So
Remind me of old guys playing like squash.
But you know who wore them in the pros, Dougie?
I do. Who the fuck
I'll
was
give you a
it?
hint. 2,000 plus yards.
Pony Express.
Eric Dickinson.
Okay.
He went to. You don't know that one, do you, Dougie? I'll give you a hint. He played with Craig James. They called him the Pony Express.
SMU. Then they soon after
Southern Methodist, huh?
Yeah.
And then they soon after got the death penalty. Now they're back. Pretty good program. I loved him. He was one of my favorite guys.
They beat BC, didn't
He
they?
was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. It was with the Rams.
Yeah.
The specs on
The specs.
I won 19 in high school.
Oh, so you feel me?
Oh yeah, I had the towels hanging out and all that stuff. I didn't quite look like Eric Dickinson, but I tried to look.
I did.
Ricky had the swag going.
And then Craig James became. You know what? Craig James started his pro career.
You, New England Patriots.
No,
No, thought he did.
no. First stop was like many studs when the USFL was USFL.
Oh.
We've talked about it.
I'm talking about the NFL.
Yes, and he was with the Washington Generals.
Okay.
And then he played there, and then he came to the New England Patriots and led them on the run to the Super Bowl. He was unbelievable.
Right.
Good pro.
Yeah, he. The USFL is an underrated, really good league.
That era?
Yeah,
Oh, it's freaking ridiculous.
I mean, they had television, they had everything. Good players.
Stars.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I know.
And it was in the spring.
Yeah.
Trump screwed that up
What happened there?
because Trump decided he wanted to go compete in the fall.
Oh,
It
yeah.
blew the whole thing up
Yeah.
like an idiot.
I mean, they had what's his name? Steve Young. They had Steve Young. They had the guy from Buffalo there.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
You can't even list. They had Bruce Smith.
They had. It was awesome.
It's endless.
They had an unbelievable bunch of guys.
Endless.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. The Breakers played at Boston University.
They had what was his name? Dupre.
Yeah, Marcus Dupree
Marcus
went there
Dupree.
out of Oklahoma. He
Yep.
ended up being at Boston. I mean, those were the Herschel Walker, Doug Flutie.
I know.
I mean, what are we talking about? The league was unbelievable. Anthony Carter. This is just off the top of my head. You go on and on.
Yeah.
The superstars that played in that league.
I know that was a
Because
good.
they were overpaying for them. So the NFL then was cheap. And they weren't paying guys. And those guys went. And,
But it was kind of must-see TV, Dougie. Like, you had a football season in the spring that people were interested in because these teams were good.
Mhm.
They were good.
Oh, they were star value.
Right.
You know, it was a big thing. It was awesome. I think Keith Jackson used to be a
I don't remember that. He probably did, but I don't remember.
which was awesome because
Yeah.
he didn't do college ball then.
Yeah.
That game of the week, those couple of games of the week,
Oh, it's great.
did just like the NFL. I think, but the difference was I think they played Saturday, but I might be wrong.
Who was the Boston team? The
The Boston Breakers.
The Breakers, yeah. They had like the blue unis.
Yeah. Then they became the New Orleans Breakers.
Did they play in BU?
Yeah, they played. I just said that.
Oh, you did? So.
Yeah, I used to go to like every game. Johnny Walton was the.
Wow, I got Rick in his heyday over here.
That's
Johnny
it.
Walton
That's it.
was the quarterback.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Black guy.
Kelvin Bryant. They won. The first game to win the whole thing was the Philadelphia Stars.
That's right. I remember that. They were
Marcus Merrick was the
They were like
inside
solid.
linebacker. Oh yeah, it was a great take. We'd go in. Oh, my buddies would take the train into Boston. Boom, go right in there. Tickets were really inexpensive. It'd be a great day.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Who's your guy? Number two.
I'm off track here. I'm actually going to the USFL guy. You know who was? I'm going to go to the USFL guy who was unbelievable. Never turned out to be a great NFL guy. It was unbelievable college running back. But just because we were talking the USFL, he played for a great team in the USFL. Mike Rozier.
Oh yeah, Nebraska, Dougie.
The Cornhusker.
Nebraska. That team was outrageous. Turner Gill, Irving Fryer,
Yeah.
Mike Rozier.
Who was the center? What was his name?
Oh, I know.
Something Burger.
Yeah, they were loaded.
Yeah, they did the Fumblerooski.
Yeah, that's what they got upset. Who was it? Miami upset.
Miami, yeah.
But anyway.
Those are the days, baby, Dougie.
That's it. Went down memory lane there at 1,000 miles an hour.
That's right.
So my next guy is going to be a guy who is in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
He's in
College.
he's in the Professional Hall of Fame as well. From Rosebud, Texas. Went to Texas Christian University.
You see?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have it yet.
Did 9 years for the San Diego Chargers.
Oh, I know what he's on.
LT, baby. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah,
I saw a thing online today. Sometimes they put shit up, which actually made me think of the running back thing. But is LaDainian Tomlinson a top 5 running back in the history of the NFL?
I mean, I don't know. It's so tough to.
I know.
He's right there. That's a good one, Doug. I love it. Yeah, he was a great player. But we missed the number one best running back in history.
Yeah, and you can have him because I'm going a different road.
Oh, I thought we've done 3 each.
No, I'm on my last one.
Oh,
He is?
Yeah, I had Dickerson and Peyton.
All right.
My third guy, which I loved, another guy that I loved because he played like I did. You know what I mean?
on the bench.
No, I was a
He crossed the bow.
two-way guy. In high school, I was a two-way guy from sophomore year on. I played every
So you were the
freaking
original Travis Hunter. You
I
could
was.
learn something from you, huh?
I did. I was a two-way guy. Anyway, Earl Campbell.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
The guy was unbelievable. Tearaway shirt. He goes through 5 shirts a game.
I used to love Houston. Because then you'd like other teams, because the Patriots stunk most of the time, so you just be
Right.
like,
Right.
they were awesome. They had
They were on all the time.
the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, Bum
The
Phillips.
Houston Oilers.
Bum Phillips was the coach.
The Houston Oilers, number one. Oh, yeah, he was a.
Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Yeah, they were fun.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think which way Ricky's gonna go. If he's gonna go,
Well, I know where he's
Well, the best of all time.
I know where he's going.
is he
Yes.
going? I was gonna say, is he going Barry? Is he going Bo Jackson? Who's he going with?
Bo Jackson, for his period of time,
Yeah, like 3
was
weeks.
the greatest ever. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
but as an athlete, how good he was in college. But the greatest all time, playing for the worst team in the world. He was unbelievable at a substandard at the time, a college program, Oklahoma State. But Barry Sanders was an absolute freak. And he came out, he retired fairly early. He came out unscathed in general. And for a shorter, stockier guy, I mean, he was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
He was Gentry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll grab one, Rick.
All right, we're taking Gentry first round.
What do you got, Doug?
Coach is set on him now. He's going to be yelling for Gentry because if you take this as top three.
It's yours.
So I'm going to go with another guy out of Texas.
Oh.
A little bit bigger than LT. He out of Texas, which was funny because he lived in Texas but played for the Red River rival of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Where's it going with it?
Adrian Peterson.
Oh, AP.
That's a good call.
Yes.
It's good.
This guy
Yeah.
was a-
Hall of Famer,
guy
right?
was
He's
a
not in yet,
vet.
though, right?
Uh,
I don't think he's in yet. He had a little issue about beating up kids.
Yeah, that was the thing with them, right?
Yeah, they might
yeah.
hold him up a little
They
bit.
might frown on that a little bit.
But I mean, obviously, like later on in his career, kind of, but like the 10 years or so he was with the Vikings, he was a menace to society.
Yeah, he was good.
He ran angry,
Yeah. Oh, there's a million of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
and he's
When I was young-
he's like 6'1", 215, 220.
Yeah.
A good topic I would be the best Heisman Trophy winning running backs who ended up being stars in the NFL.
Stars in the NFL.
Oh,
Big
I got you. I like that.
Yes.
Not so they were
That's-
just flashes in the pan in college.
Yeah,
A lot.
exactly.
A lot of those.
All right,
Yeah.
boys.
All right.
One of which I would say is Rashaan Salam, who was a Heisman Trophy winner out of Colorado. First round pick by the Bears. You never heard of him.
Never.
You know what sucked? It was the guy from USC that got his Heisman taken away.
Yeah, he was. He didn't suck.
He was
He
all
was.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 80, Dougie. Get your Snapple up.
Who was that?
All right, boys. Episode
I'm
80.
trying
in
to
the
think
books.
who's the guy who had his Heisman taken away from USC. That just came back in the news recently, right? Ah, well, whatever.
Yeah,
Not a big deal.
No, it's line it. It's line it now. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie
Look at you,
Bush.
Doug. See, we got the young guy that had the memory. I love it.
Yeah.
Episode
Gentlemen.
80 in the books.
Thanks so millions of viewers. And
Podcast gold as usual.
we'll see you soon.
Toodles.